Listen, y'all. I'm at the end of my work day. I just pulled up into the house, and I'm tired. I am tired. But I wanted to remain consistent. This is day 18 of my consistency challenge, and although I'm tired, I wanted to do this video. I watched a video earlier today, and I don't remember the names of the people, but they were talking about marriage. One of the men was married, the other man was not married. He was in a relationship, and the guy doesn't believe in the legality of marriage. He said in the beginning, when God ordained marriage, there wasn't any paperwork that had to be filled out. There wasn't any, nobody got involved and all of that. And he don't know that. There's no factual proof of that at all. But he kept saying, I know it's Fugazi, the guy who hosts the Fugazi, no Fugazi podcast. He was saying the things that I'm saying. He said that women are incentivized. Excuse me, Steve. Excuse me. Women are incentivized to get married because they can take half when they get divorced. Well, so he don't want to get married because he can divorce a woman and she can take half. Well, bucko, do your research. Maybe you need to move, because you can't do that in Pennsylvania. We're a Commonwealth state, so that ain't going down. So, and I'm sure there are plenty of other Commonwealth states. But he was saying that why would you sign a contract when the other person signing the contract is incentivized to leave? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Because the average person who get married, ain't nobody worrying about your money. You don't have nothing. So you're talking about the 10% of men who have money like that. Because the other 90% of us, we not million. What half are you gonna take? If you gonna take the $1,500 and I take $1,500 that we done burnt our knuckles to save over the last couple of months? I mean, we're talking about average people. What half are you taking? What half is she gonna take? Now, if you feel that way about rich people, then you shouldn't be marrying nobody at all. If you are going into marriage, if you are going into marriage worrying about what she can take if she divorces you, you shouldn't be going into marriage. That's crazy. It's like, why would a guy ask a girl to be his boyfriend if he feel like he gonna eventually break up anyway? Why would she say? Nobody gets into a relationship feeling like, oh, we only gonna kick it for about 8, 9, 10 years, or 6, 7, 8 months, and then we're gonna hang it up. We're gonna have about 2, 3 kids, and then I'm gonna start arguing, and we gonna call it quits. Nobody's doing that. I mean, actually, there probably are some people doing that. But the biggest part of this, he was saying a lot of things about marriage, and the other man said, "My brother, are you married?" He said no, and he told him, well, then you don't even have a right to open up your mouth on this subject. And I agree. If you are not married and you have never been married, then you can't speak on marriage. You can only speak what God said. You can only speak on the laws, like, oh, if you're married, you can't do this. If you're married, you can't do that. If you get this, if you're married, that's all you can talk about is general information that everybody else knows. But you have no idea about marriage. Because marriage is not a contract. It's not a business contract. It's a covenant. It's a covenant. That means we have committed to dealing with each other's mess until we die. That's the reality of marriage. You're not coming together, oh, because we're going to grow, we're going to have dreams, we're going to do all this wonderful. No, I agree to deal with your foolishness and your mess until we die. Because granted, I'm going to love the things in my marriage, but that little 7, 8, 9, 10% of stuff that get on our nerves, that's what we're agreeing to stay, even though that 10%. I'm going to sign this covenant, and I'm going to go in a covenant with you, even though you do this, and that get on my nerves, and I don't like it. I'm going to marry you anyway because the other 90 is great. So that's what marriage is. Marriage ain't all about love. Marriage is not all about love. Marriage is about communication. You can love people who are deeply in love. They get divorced. They get divorced because they can't communicate. Now, communicating is hard, but we have to learn how to say hard things well. You got to learn how to say it. And you have to be ready for marriage. The difference between marriage and a relationship is marriage, you can't leave. You can't leave when you want to leave. When you in a covenant relationship, you cannot leave. Now, when you have signed a business contract and you get together and the business ain't working out, then you cut your business contract, because that's what happens. Because people take a vow out of their own mouth and don't want to keep it. Especially you spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a wedding, and then you decide that you want to act up. We done did all of this, and then you decide you want to step out. But you can't divorce me because I'm getting on your nerves. You can't divorce me because of that. Because in the beginning of marriage, you have what you call non-negotiables. And my wife and I, we only have one non-negotiable: stepping out. I have another non-negotiable, but I ain't tell her about it. My non-negotiable: don't you put your hands on me, woman. Nevertheless, I just really wanted to share that. This is day 18 of my consistency challenge. I feel good today. I know this video is long. I'm gonna clip a little piece of it so I can work some things out. But hey, shout out to Be Me It's Free podcast, because I'm your host. Trust me, it's gonna get started soon. I don't know what I'm waiting on. I really don't. And it's like you have ideas of things you want to do, and then you decide you don't want to do it with those people. That's why it's Be Me It's Free. I need my hair shaped up, but I got a big service next week, so I'm going to hold out until next week. Because I was supposed to get it done yesterday, but I'm going to hold out. So I can get it dyed and look real sharp. That's how y'all going to see me. I'm going to be all over this joint. But if I could show you me in my good, I can show you me in my bad. Well, you ain't going to see all my bad, but my locks are certainly growing. I'm just letting them grow. Ain't no retwisting going on. I twist it around a little bit. But I'm the natural way. I look every bit of almost 50 right now. Self-evaluation, but I still look good. A little ragtag, but I still look good. Nevertheless, I digress. Marriage is a beautiful thing, and I feel like everybody should experience it. But real quick before I get off here, the other man was saying a lot of things that he went through, that he was facing 44 years in prison because she lied and said that he was beating her. But he took accountability, and he said the problem with so much divorce is that men have never been trained how to select a wife. And then you add sex. It's crazy. And I heard somebody say that the hoes do it way better than the wives. But how would you know? Because you can only base it on getting with a hooker, when you're married. Now, anything you're doing when you shouldn't be doing, there's a greater level of gratification. I can tell you. If you've ever stole anything, if you ever had to keep a secret, if you ever had to lie, if you ever given anybody a surprise party, the level of gratification when you pull it off. But that's marriage. Marriage has this hidden level of gratification, and you don't understand it until you get married. You don't understand until you get married. And I'm not talking about those arranged marriages where you marry somebody for $20,000 so they can stay in stay in the U.S. I'm talking about actual covenant relationship. It's a beautiful thing. The same way they say about how mothers love their children. They say there's nothing like a mother's love, but that doesn't mean anything to a person whose mother don't love them. That's all they've been wanting was love, but they can't relate. They can't relate. Nothing like a mother's love. And one thing about kids, they used to say that your kids, when you have a kid, it's that first identity of unconditional love. So, all right, that's it for me. This was a very, 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 very long video, but whatever. It's my channel, it's my page. Watch it or don't. So, just me wine. Y'all know what it is. And guess what? I'm going.